Four tough broads go to Shitholeistan to free the first daughter from an Amazonian she-bitch. This is Mercenaries on Stinker Madness.
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness.
Welcome to Stinker Madness. I have the Stinker Madness. Sam has the Stinker Madness. Jackie has the Stinker Madness.
Woo-wee!
Mercenaries is a stinker.
That's right, Sam. Finish that next tequila shot so you can get through this.
I'm shooting tequila. I'm doing that.
Brigitte Nielsen's face.
Brigitte Nielsen's face has shell-shocked me into shooting tequila for the program.
Sam went from fairly nice young gentleman to instant alcoholic based off of her ugly mug.
And I'm chasing it with Coors Original. I'm going hardcore.
I just want to say, though, that in her opening scene when she takes off her sunglasses, I thought, wow, she looks like a shit ton better than she did with that Flavor Flav show. She looked great. And then it was like, oh.
No.
She did not look great.
I don't ever think that she looked, like when you were saying she looked good, or a minute ago before the program you said she didn't look that bad, but then other times she did. I thought she looked horrendous, and a couple of times I thought she was a dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like she'd turn her head and give the camera a profile, and her jaw is such that I was like, if she didn't have a huge set, I would be like, dude, that's a man.
She's got also very broad shoulders.
She's big.
She's a big woman.
She's tall.
Yeah. I want her and, what's that other big lesbian's name that's really popular? Jane Lynch.
Yeah.
They should get in a mud wrestling tournament that I don't watch. I just hear about the results.
I don't think that.
Who wins?
What I will give Brigitte Nielsen in her performance, she sprinkled on the crazy pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a good job.
And it was convincing enough that I don't think that Jane Lynch wants any part of any sort of wrestling with her. I think that she could pour on the crazy in real life.
It's kind of ironic because you and I, Sam, were just discussing last night in our drunken madness, why can't there be a female villain that's an actual female? Because, you know, you have the cyborgs or, you know, like Kristanna Loken, for instance, in Terminator. Not really a female. Female villain, but not really a female. She's a cyborg or reprogrammed.
Played by, you know, villains, they're like... The villain is actually a thing, not a person.
Right.
Like
played
Ursula.
by a woman.
Yeah, Ursula is also, we were talking about this. Ursula is a magical creature, so therefore she is just not a woman.
Yep.
Brigitte Nielsen is a woman villain.
Yes.
Now, it is convenient that it is in a woman-led ensemble cast of action ladies, so it's kind of not quite there, but we're getting better. Hollywood about equal rights, I guess.
This isn't really Hollywood.
This isn't really Hollywood, but I don't know. Yeah, so you got Brigitte Nielsen looking like hell.
Can we talk about Kristanna Rothrock?
Not yet.
Cynthia Rothrock.
Cynthia?
Not yet. I wanna go on Brigitte just a little bit more. She is 51. I want to mention that Brigitte Nielsen is 51.
Well, then I think she looks great.
She does not.
No.
She 50. Your parents are older than 50 and they look better than that.
Yeah, they do. Both
like
your dad is prettier than Brigitte Nielsen.
What has happened? Is it coke and smokes?
It's a lot of... She's lived hard.
Yeah. Rode hard and put away fast. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, well, let's delve into the other old one that Jackie wants to talk about. Cynthia Rothrock, 57.
Woo! That hairstyle that she was sporting,
Yeah.
it was like her daughter went to beauty school and she's like, oh my god, Mom, you're going to be in a movie? You've got to let me color your hair for this movie. It looked like...
Blonde, red, and black. And black streaks, yeah.
And I was like, wow, that is not okay. You are supposed to be a professional CIA or whatever.
Yeah, no, she's... What was she?
She was, like, apparently... She didn't say that
She
she
worked
was...
at the Pentagon.
No, she was in the CIA.
Yeah, you're a professional lady with a shitty haircut and a shitty dye job.
You're the top of the food chain.
And you know, if you're going to be in a movie, spend the extra $50 and don't go to the beauty school to have your hair done.
I think it was well done. It was just a bad plan.
Yeah.
I didn't think it looked good at all.
Okay, well, I thought it looked bad, but I thought that whoever did it probably accomplished what they were going for. It's just that, like, no, don't do that. Because it is the... I don't know what they call that when you have, like, every color on your head, but it should be called the hooer. Because I've never met anyone that has, that isn't, at the bar. Mm-hmm. Just trying to get banged all the time. Mm-hmm. And she looked like she's starting to go by Roxy.
Yeah.
And getting banged at the bar. Like,
Starla.
Other than that, I thought, if she would have had, like, just normal colored hair, she didn't look terrible for 57.
I guess 57.
The hair really affects the opinion, because it's so
She's not
awful.
She wasn't a pretty lady to begin with.
Yeah.
She did not look good and undefeatable. Not an attractive woman back then, by any means. She's a tough old bra.
She looks like your mom.
Rothrock.
She's,
She looks like Justin's mom.
My mom is 75 years old.
Yeah, your mom's looking good for her age then.
Yeah. She doesn't look as bad. Actually, my mom's only 72, but don't tell her I said 75. She doesn't listen to this podcast, so.
Neither does my mom.
Yeah.
Did our
She's
listeners
sitting
just
there.
hear another tinkle of tequila going into Sam's glass?
Yes, this is a nail. This is the better tequila. This is the best. The best they make.
Finest of the tequilas.
Yeah. It smells nice. The other stuff you could smell from across the room.
So, is Cynthia Rothrock's face driving you to drink even more?
No, but if she was here right now with a haircut like that, I bet I wouldn't have got any of this tequila.
Is Cynthia Rothrock on your time machine hit list?
No.
Because we know Brigitte Nielsen is not. You said that earlier.
Absolutely
in,
not.
Cobra.
Yeah, no, neither one of the... There is not a woman in this film that is on the list.
Okay.
Because Kristanna Loken, I would still bang right now, but I would never go out of my way to bang her at any point in her life.
Well, let's move on. We'll just go to Kristanna Loken, who is the youngest of the team at 35 years old.
She looks good for 35.
I thought so too. She was the female Terminator, wasn't she?
Yes,
Also,
she was the female Terminator.
I think she looked pretty good.
What is
She
it-
was the best looking one out of all of them.
Well, yeah, it still wasn't hard.
When you turn your head to the side, you've got portfolio. What is
Profile.
Profile. What's it when you look straight on?
I think it's just head on.
Head on.
Headshot. Close up,
Head
Mr.
on.
DeVille.
Head on is the stuff that you apply directly to the forehead.
Or face shot. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a name for it. I can't
It's a
think of it.
headshot.
I think she's not very pretty from the head on. Like, every time that she's just directly face, I'm like, that's not the same person. But then she turns her head slightly to the left or right, and I'm like, she's kind of pretty.
Yeah.
But then she looks straight on again, I'm like, what the shit is happening?
Yeah.
It's just she's a strange looking individual.
Yeah, she's tall, too.
She is taller than I thought. I didn't think that when I saw her in Terminator, that she looked short in that film, actually. But I guess she's next to Schwoz. But she's also next to the dickhead that's not Edward Furlong.
Next to Schwoz standing on a crate, because he's only... They say that he's 6 foot, but I believe that in real life he's 5'10".
Well, Kristanna Loken comes in at 5'10" and 3/4", according to IMDb.
Huh.
Yeah, so she's
like
no short.
the same height as me.
Next, on the second to youngest, is the Zoe Bell at 36.
Who looks better in that picture than she did in this movie.
I don't have a problem with Zoe Bell.
She grew on me. Like, at first I was like, ugh. But then...
She doesn't look like 36.
She does the most action in this film.
But I think she's the main character.
Yeah, this is really a Zoe Bell movie.
She's the Sylvester Stallone of this team.
Well, yeah, because she was the only one doing any kind of real stunts. The rest of them are like, okay, I'm going to jump, cut, and then fall down onto this mattress.
Yeah.
I mean, she was getting up there, like, when she jumped on the bar and then sidekicked that dude in the head.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, here we go.
One little bicycle
Somebody
kick.
that knows some karate.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Asian girl in this movie just was not producing the
Which
karate.
apparently she knows kickboxing according to her IMDb and jazz dance.
Well,
but
neither one showed up in this movie.
no, she wasn't dancing. She wasn't kicking. She
was just blowing shit up.
She really didn't blow that much shit. She was making with the funnies constantly.
Bilderback.
Yeah, Nicole Bilderback.
Coming in at the age of 39.
She looks good for 39.
Yeah.
She looks great. I thought she was in her mid-20s.
I think she might have been my favorite.
Yeah.
I really liked her, actually. I think that her character could have been in any other shitty action movie. And I tell you what, she was a shitload better than that frickin' Ronda Rousey in The Expendables.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oosh.
Yeah.
She could have taken that part and done something with it, at least.
And I like that she blew up the toilet.
She did blow up a toilet. Yeah,
I thought that was funny.
Cherry bomb trick.
Yeah.
Which I never did.
I never did that.
do the
No,
cherry bomb?
no, I never did that.
Yeah.
I thought about it once. Not that I had the opportunity to do it.
What is
but
the
at
point?
one point, I thought about it and I was like, that's really just a dick move.
Wait, is it just to make a mess?
Yeah,
Or does it blow
it's
up
just-
the toilet?
No, I think if you flush it, and if everything goes right, it's going to get, there's poop is going to spray 6 feet in the air out of the toilet. If you do everything right, it's going to make a mess.
So either way, that poor janitor who's making minimum wage.
Yeah. How much time do you have on the fuse for one of those? Because what if you're like, don't do it right and you get poop all over yourself?
Well, then they know you did it.
Yeah.
You're caught brown-handed. That's the best joke I've told all week.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Vivica A. Fox.
Whoa, hammer dog shit.
Oh, boy.
50 years old.
Fat lady who was trying to do some kicking
Oh, man.
to show that she was still tough, and it was like, oh, honey, just stand there and hold the guns like a ghetto stink, okay? Because you were.
Stink?
She was all kinds of being ghetto.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
she
that's
was-
her shtick.
Oh,
Is
think.
it?
I don't
guess.
know.
she was
don't
supposed to be like an army person, but she just acted like she was straight up from the hood.
Part of the
CIA.
CAA. She was one of them.
She was an ex-operator or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
But she was hood
she was
now.
just a hood rat.
She would not have been employed by the CIA.
You know, in her gunshots, in her slow-mo gunshot scenes, they should have just played that song. You ain't nothing but a hoochie mama. Hood rat, hoochie mama.
Dang, 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 dang. Pumpity.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she was killing those guys over the poker table, they should have just started it.
I would have liked that. It's one of my favorite tracks. Two Live Crew.
She needs to get rid of the cornrows. They look terrible.
They'd look awful.
Yeah, they do.
Even
Whatever
if you
else
dye
she
them
does.
blue, it doesn't matter. Cornrows are just stupid. Let's just face it. Cornrows are dumb. You are balding yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, your head is there. It's not hair. It's like a mask. It's a hair mask.
And then, if someone does it right, you have to pull it so tight that what you've also done is you now are always surprised. No matter what, all day long, every day, you're surprised because your head is pulling your face
eyebrows have
an
gone
inch and a half up
to where your hairline used to be.
Yeah.
Well, there's your team of hardcore ladies. 5 of them, unless you want to count Lexi. And I don't think
No,
you
we
count
don't
Lexi.
count Lexi.
She's on the team briefly. They're in Kazakhstan. The president's daughter.
Is it? I thought it was like a Fakistan.
No, it said
Fakistan.
Kazakhstan. The beginning. They're I don't know where she's going.
She's going to a diplomatic,
In Kazakhstan?
yeah, to speak about women, the treatment of women in Kazakhstan, because apparently they're being sold for sex slaves, and she's there to help promote
She's.
equal rights for women,
I
so
don't
they
think
don't get
that's
the rapings.
her job.
You know what? It's not going to be the first thing that wasn't very well thought out on the script.
Did Chelsea Clinton ever
No.
go to Kazakhstan? No.
No,
She
I
did
guess her
not.
parents weren't pissed off at her enough.
Yeah, I guess.
Because this, what it seems like to me, if something like this actually happened, the president was basically just like, you know what? I've had it. You backtalk me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how it works for you in this, as a sex slave for a while.
Yeah.
And you tell him, oh, you're going to go help the women of Kazakhstan, knowing full well that once she crosses the border, her ass is for sale.
At least she didn't have to go to Parmistan.
No.
Have to face the Gymkhana.
Well, I know, but if she did and won, then the country of Parmistan would have granted her nation any wish they wanted. That's too bad that Kazakhstan doesn't grant wishes.
Yes. Or have a village of the crazies. Their convoy gets ambushed by rocket men and some military dudes. Everybody gets shot, exploded.
Yep.
And I actually, at this point, I was like, hey, alright, this may not suck so bad because the fake guns didn't piss me off. The CGI blood wasn't terrible. I think some of it was actual blood pack work.
There was a couple of those.
Yeah, so I was, hey, you know what? This may not be so terrible. But anyways, they blow up everything. All the vehicles, except for the president's daughter's vehicle. Brigitte Nielsen just kidnaps her. She shows up with Gregory, the henchman, the right-hand man.
Or, as I wrote down... Where did I write that down?
I wrote down Fat Bono.
Fat Bono.
I wrote down not Peter Stormare.
Yeah.
Which he doesn't, towards the end of the movie, look anything like Peter Stormare.
No, but when he came around the corner, I was like, Peter Stormare? No, it's not.
Yeah, but they tried their best on the front end to be like, this character is modeled after Peter Stormare.
Did you hear about Bono? He's done.
What?
Dunzo.
Why? Because he fell off his bicycle in
Yeah,
New
he
York?
fell off his bicycle. Now he can't be Bono anymore.
I think he had to have a hip replacement or something.
Yeah, he can't do the tour. And
Do we know what kind of a bike it was? Because when we find out, we should just donate some money to whatever company that made that bicycle. Like, thank you for getting Bono the hell out of my life. Bonaco.
Well, Fat Bono / Peter, not Peter Stormare, is also there.
Is it Bono or Bono?
Bono.
Okay, so I was saying it right.
What's his real name? Like Stephen Kirkpatrick or something?
Yeah, something like that.
I will admit, I do like some of his music.
Yeah, well, you are...
Oh, yeah, no, but Actoon Baby was alright. Joshua Tree's great.
Joshua
Tree!
How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb, I did like that album.
Sucks
I
so
like that
bad. That thing, if the zombies come, that's the first thing that I'm keeping the Batman soundtrack. I am not throwing the Batman soundtrack at the zombies. I am throwing How to Disarm a Nuclear Bomb at them. Fuck that shit. Anyways.
Before the Dick Tracy soundtrack?
Spank me!
No, Dick Tracy really needs to get thrown at a zombie.
Dick Tracy is the first one.
That's worse than the Batman soundtrack by far. So, Cynthia Rothrock gets a message, an email sent to her from Brigitte Nielsen of the kidnapping ransom of the president's daughter. And it just goes straight to her tablet. Like, it's not even on the
She gets on an
war
elevator.
room screen. Yeah, she's just reading or watching this video on her tablet in an elevator. Just her and this other dude. The entire free world is at stake. And the only person in charge is Cynthia Rothrock.
Well, you know, they only had
get the
3
generals
hits
involved.
on YouTube,
Yeah.
so they really didn't consider it that big of a
Yeah, wasn't
threat.
even an email. Like, how do you email a video? Like, oh, an email from somebody I've never met. I better read this, and then wait for the video to download.
Yeah, it was
3 hours
probably on a
later.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, I think it was on YouTube. I think it was embedded in an email and on YouTube, and
That's how, at
Brigitte
the end of the
Nielsen
movie, when
just got
she was like,
subscribers.
Actually,
you know, we're selling off the rights to kill the president's daughter. That's how everybody else knew, is because they subscribed to Crazy Lady on the YouTube. And they were like, oh my god, did you see that president's daughter's video on YouTube this morning? Do you think that for $100 million she'd let me kill her? And that's how the bidding war started.
Bang her first, of course.
Well, yeah, she's in the sex slave industry. We know
An
this.
extra couple hundo for little rapings first, probably.
She wasn't that pretty.
Nah, she wasn't, but whatever.
And she's probably a skank. So she probably had the Syphilis.
Syphilis.
Yes.
You heard it here, folks. First, the president's daughter has Syphilis.
mm-hmm.
Yes, terrible, terrible disease. I think that's what Einstein died of. Right? Anyone remember Einstein dying?
Einstein's dead?
Yeah.
What?
What did you... I thought
I
somebody
subscribed to him on Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, Cynthia Rothrock needs an elite team of only women. There can only be women on this team because apparently Brigitte Nielsen hates women.
Though that was,
She hates men.
the next point where you're saying...
I thought she hated women.
No,
No, she hates men.
she hates everybody.
She hates everybody. That's obvious.
The president sending his daughter as a emissary to Kazakhstan. Bad writing number 1. Bad writing number 2 is why they explain, or how they explain it needs to be a team of women, is Cynthia Rothrock asks her assistant man, how does she feel about women? He's like, she hates them as much as anybody. He thinks they're weak. And she goes, well, send women then. That's, okay.
Yep.
All right.
At least they didn't waste 10 minutes on
Do
it.
you want to call the Expendables? No, we need women.
With something like that, at least they didn't waste 10 minutes on
No.
it. Yeah.
I guess. Well,
So we get to see some nice shots of the prison that these women are kept
they're
in.
all prison gals. None of them are out and about working or doing anything. They're all prisoners. We don't really know why they're prisoners, other than Vivica Fox's character was a traitor, I guess.
Well, they said why everybody
She
was
killed-
in there
Yeah.
after they got him out.
This is kind of vague. Like you did.
They said specifically
You were
what everybody did.
stealing stuff.
Yeah, dude,
and-
sniper lady shot the truck with her ex-boyfriend and his lover in it.
And the
So I just tuned out
Zoe
again.
Bell. Yeah, you didn't pay attention.
Oh,
It was
okay.
it was quite detailed and specific, but that doesn't even happen yet.
Yeah.
What I wanted to point out was that Cynthia Rothrock, I've noticed that, my mom does this, and a lot of women I've watched,
Tases
especially
everyone they meet.
after they,
Tases them and
No.
drags them back to the cave.
after they retire, there's just an unwillingness to care about many things, and you can see it in the eyes. And whenever Cynthia Rothrock was on screen, and she was holding the tablet, trying to look at something, trying to look at the screens, you could tell that she was trying to care, but she just couldn't. She just couldn't do it because she's checked out.
That's how I feel every time I come into this room to record this podcast. I just check
Well,
out.
you're doing a good job, because I can't see
I'm
it.
on autopilot right now.
I can't see it in your eyes, and I could see it in her eyes that she was you could tell that her eyes were I need to point my eyes here, but her brain was somewhere else.
She was like, I really wish that this was a cat video. I saw this cat video this morning. She's having this conversation inside of her head.
She's thinking about,
Sad cat diaries.
she's having buyer's remorse on a set of drapes, not because they were too expensive, just because the color looked different in either the catalog or on the internet.
It didn't go with her hair.
And once they got put up, it just wasn't right.
And they don't take returns. What the hell is she going to do with these
Well, even if
drapes?
if it does take returns, it's just time out of her day. And she realizes at this point, even though she's in a movie and she's getting paid, she'd rather be dealing with those goddamn drapes.
Well, as we said, all the ladies are in prison, and they get broken out, kind of. They get tased, and drugged back to the planning facility, except for Vivica A. Fox. She gets punched in the face, knocked out. Then
By
they're
Cynthia.
yeah, they're which is the only time we see Cynthia actually do anything, any fighting. Is when Vivica A. Fox is trying to take it to her, and Cynthia Rothrock's like,
Yep.
I am almost not Chuck Norris. Or
Well, she can't
Not
even
Chuck
be
Norris.
the Chuck Norris now because she changed her fucking hair color.
And,
She
yeah.
looks like a crazy cat lady now.
she does look like a crazy cat lady. So they're on, they're getting explained the plan and what they've got to do, and you're gonna go in and get the president's daughter, and if you don't, we're sticking you back in the cage, and we're gonna stack some extra charges on you, and
Yeah.
if you do, you get pardoned.
Yeah. We really should have harped on the tasing more. That was just ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
But before
What else do you say, though? They all get tased.
And
Terminator
then they all
lady.
get tased, and then they all get tased.
Terminator lady, though, before she got tased,
Uh-huh.
she flipped a penny and took
Oh,
out somebody's eye
yeah,
because he was
yeah.
a rapist.
He was a rapist, and I would have liked it if he had died, because then it would be easier to just say she killed a man with a penny, but instead she just poked out a guy's eyeball with a penny.
Yeah. But it was still cool.
It was still cool. I
She
liked
just
it.
did this penny flick. Out comes an eye.
Everything is a weapon in her hands. She's like Bullseye from the Marvel comics.
Yep. It was fucking awesome.
And in that scene, when her first shot, I swear, I've seen people get Botox before and your face just sort of has an aftermath for about a week. The first day, you have these huge red patches everywhere. It looks like you got sprayed in the face with acid because you got sprayed in the face with botulism.
Mm-hmm.
She looked like she was in the aftermath of Botox in her first scene, which is not good if she's only 35.
Yeah, only 35.
A lot of women start when they hit 29.
A lot of women.
I like that you
Where
lowered
are
your
you
voice
getting
for that
this
age.
data?
29.
29.
29. Because women don't want to turn 30 and they're all weird about it and they're like, 30! It's like, you know what? It's just no damn birthday. Don't worry about it. Now, when your boobs are hanging down to your knees, maybe you should consider something at that point.
Get Botox.
Get Botox. And a booby lift.
Well, turns out that they're not on the ground. They're already on the plane to go to Kazakhstan. Yeah. They're already there.
And that's revealed by the guy, his Rothrock's assistant dude, her man.
Her man.
He slides the thing open.
Yeah,
right.
Which is like, oh, the reveal, which... Had they shown that to us, first I was like, that's a plane window. Yeah. Like, they didn't know it's a plane window.
Hey, but we figured out, though, that during this play ride, we figured out, because you know how we were talking in the 0.5 episode about, that every one of them has, like, a sniper.
There's a
sniper,
specific skill set for each lady.
There's a sniper, a bomber, a tactical person, and a hand-to-hand combat.
Right.
In this team.
Wait, who's the hand-to-hand combat?
Vivian Fox.
No, she was the two-pistol.
Zoe
was
Bell
the hand-to-hand combat.
Zoe Bell was the hand-to-hand combat.
No, she was tactical.
She's both.
She's both tactical and hand. She
the
beat
leader
people
and
up with her hands in the movie. She's the hand-to-hand combat lady.
Vivica A. Fox didn't punch a single person. She just shot him. She got the two pistols.
Oh, God, she was so awful.
She was
maximum bullshit.
Yes.
Dude, she was too fat to do some of those karate kicks, and it showed,
wasn't,
cut, because she's falling over after she lifted her leg that high.
I don't really care what she looks like so much as her acting was just butt.
Yeah, real butt. Real butt. Well, they all get chipped as well. After they're given these weapons, they're chipped with a phone number?
Yeah, they give them a phone number and a chip. Which I guess you read it off the chip, so why have a chip?
Why have a chip?
Yeah.
Just
a capsule that maybe you unroll the thing like it's a fortune cookie or some bullshit.
Or just write the number on your hand.
Or memorize it like
it's
they
only
said.
9 down numbers.
Or program it into the sat phone.
What if you lose the sat phone? That's the thing is that if you're naked, if they inject the phone number into you, even if they take everything from you, you'll still be able to make that phone call.
But they can never take your freedom.
Or your phone number.
Or... yeah, I guess that too.
Because that's even in the Bourne Identity in both versions. The Richard Chamberlain Bourne Identity.
Right, he's got the barcode.
In the Richard Chamberlain and in the novel, he has a capsule injected into him and it rolls out like a fortune cookie.
No, in the novel, he's got the little, he's got a tattoo.
Is it a tattoo in the novel?
Yeah.
And then it's the capsule in the Chamberlain.
Never saw the Chamberlain thing.
And then what is it with Matt Damon?
It's a tattoo that can only be read by pointing infrared lights at it.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so the plan is that this wanker Russian guy is just going to drive them to where they've got the president's daughter because he knows where this is all at.
He's going to sell them off as sex slaves.
They're not really, well, that's the Trojan horse, yes. But there's not a whole lot of detective work. It's just, there's no secrecy behind where they're keeping the president's daughter. It's just, it's here. We know where they're keeping her. It's over in this big building. Why not send all of the guys? Whatever.
Because the van man, his biggest line is they go, "You're a smuggler." And he's like, "So is Han Solo."
He is no Han Solo.
He is not a Han Solo. This fucker gets killed in the first, 30 seconds of the gunfight.
Does he get killed?
Or does he just run off?
I thought he got killed.
He just gets out of the car and opens up the door okay. So they get in the Dodge Ram van.
With their goat piss disguises.
Which is the Dodge in Kazakhstan. The Dodge Ram van is the Kazakhstan Press car of the year, apparently. They're stopped by a patrol, which isn't really a patrol. It's kind of like it's not even like a roadblock or a checkpoint. It's just some guys hanging out by the side of the road with guns.
Yep.
And
it's a racket.
So the one guy's like, "Oh, I want taste of woman." No, you can't have taste of woman. Your wiener will fall off because they've got diseases. Oh, then she's blowjob. So he goes to Kristanna Loken. She's not having it. Cover blown.
Yes.
Where does Dodge Ram van guy go?
At which point I'd like to talk about the disguises.
Yeah, okay.
They're just scarves on their heads. They're still dressed as commandos. And with scarves on their heads, though, now. So they look, you're like, well, they are wearing scarves on their heads, so they're probably not commandos.
I thought they had, like...
No! It was just fucking scarves. They're still dressed like commandos.
Well, yeah, this is the
Now
first
we're
time
gonna get back to this again, because there's several points where being dressed like a commando would be a problem. First time it happens is right here.
Maybe it's Halloween in Kazakhstan.
I don't think so. People are just not that observant. Like the third guy, like, said if it had gone properly and they got through or whatever, the one guy would have been like, were they dressed like commandos? He's like, yeah, but they had scarves on their heads, so they're obviously...
They must have been
They're obviously sex slaves, even though they're all armed to the fucking teeth.
Well, they kill all those guys.
Yeah.
All of them. They're all dead. So, what's the plan now? I guess you walk. You don't drive the van. You just walk to the place where they're holding the president's daughter, or this town that's around it. Where did Dodge Ram van guy go? I don't know.
Well, it didn't even really show Vivica Fox shoot the people. She just sort of shoots.
Yeah.
She just kind of jumps out of her chair.
Yeah, everybody's supposed to be... You assume that the people that need to be dead are so.
Right. Yeah, she also misses a lot. Like, it's not shown in the film that she misses, but she's not aiming at anything.
Mm-mm.
She is shooting the sky and the ground. Aiming at... She needs to be aiming in the middle, not the top and the bottom of the planet. There, Vivica. But either way, they're now walking to this town where the Citadel is at, and they meet Lexi, who is a precocious scamp. Rapscallion.
With a side ponytail.
She loves America. She loves the movies of America, at least. I love America. I love American movies. You're in one. Yeah. But she steals their sat phone from Kristanna Loken.
Yep, that's the first strike one for Super Alpha Team.
Yeah.
You just got duped by a teenager. And a townie, no less.
Yeah, Townie.
Townie.
She's the only... Do you notice that she's the only female that lives in this town? And
Well, all
she's
the other
only
ones have been
not
gathered up
armed
for
man.
the Saxons.
Yeah, I guess so.
When I guess not, because post the first time you see her, they go back into town and round up a bunch of more women to replace the ones. Later on, they bring in a bunch
the bad guys do, yes.
Yeah. So we just don't see them. They're there.
Yeah, I guess. Well, they catch up to her, get the sat phone back, and she joins the team. She's now part of the team because she knows things, and she's got skills, obviously, because she can pull one over off of Babe Force 5.
Four.
Well, she makes the 5th.
Well, she pulled one over on Babe Force 4, making it Babe Force 5.
The details.
She's not really a babe.
Yeah.
Actually,
None of them are.
none of them are.
So their new plan is to capture one of Brigitte Nielsen's trucks, her cargo vans, that are just happen to be carrying ICBMs. And use that as a Trojan horse to get into the Citadel.
It also had gold bars in it.
Oh yeah, like 10 gold bars. Which is quite a bit of money.
That's a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, each one of those is worth millions.
Trillions of millions.
No, well, a lot. I don't know. According to the Cash for Gold commercials,
Cash
I can just imagine. I can just imagine.
They'll take your old rings.
Yeah.
Your teeth. Yeah, so now they've got this truck, and they're driving to the Citadel, and pull up, and they're like, Outlander, we have your woman. Oh, wrong movie. They're like, Brigitte Nielsen, we have your ICBMs. But we're not commandos. We're actually commandos, but we're not commandos that are coming to get you. We're actually commandos who are coming to do business with you.
Sneaky.
The best way to pull off a lie is to sprinkle some truth in it.
Oh.
Top tip.
So you weren't at your grandma's last week?
Ooh.
Your grandma's dead, isn't she?
Yeah. I don't know where the truth was in that lie. Anyways, so they use Mei Ling, the bomb demolition expert, as they pretend she's somebody's daughter.
The
Chinese guy's daughter.
The third richest businessman in China.
Yeah.
Item 2 of when being dressed as a commando doesn't work because hostage still dressed as a commando.
Right.
And they're like, well, that person who's dressed as a commando is a hostage.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Yes. Mm.
Well, Brigitte Nielsen's saying it's not enough. Like, we'll just kill you all and take her. Whatever. But it turns out Zoe Bell has armed the ICBMs for explosions. They got 3 minutes. So there's a long negotiation, to which Brigitte Nielsen says, to make this exciting, I say, deal.
And then they shake hands.
Yeah,
like
put her there.
That's actually the least exciting of the options. When you get in a shootout, or the bombs explode, or there's like, I'll fucking do it! I'll blow us all to goddamn hell.
Yeah.
Now, that's exciting. Deal?
Not exciting.
The least exciting.
Yeah, not exciting.
Well, turns out Lexi gets a nice few hundos as well, because she came up with the plan, and Brigitte Nielsen likes her precociousness.
Yeah.
I guess.
But she wants her the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Go be gone.
So we get a tour of the Citadel. The girls are in. They're in the Citadel and being shown around.
Which is a shithole warehouse.
Yeah, it's just a warehouse, but it's...
With like 2 nice rooms.
It's the bad guy factory. It's where you get all your wholesale supplies if you're a bad guy.
Yeah.
You got dirty bombs.
There was also the suicide bomber vests.
Suicide bomber vests being made. You got kidnapping, sex slavery, murder, obviously, happening there. But you can't really buy murder, I guess. They probably got some ninjas at some point in that facility. Men practicing with swords in some room. Warehouse full of karate guys.
Dancing on oil drums.
They probably have transvestites.
Ladyboys.
Because in movies, transvestites are always bad guys.
That was just that one movie.
I think there's several movies.
There's a lot of movies where the transvestites are bad guys.
Yes. Well, they need to do something. I guess their plan is to just whittle their way into the hearts of...
I guess they're just going to
Brigitte
talk
Nielsen.
them out of her or something,
Yeah.
because they're all hanging out at that
They're
point.
just hanging out. Zoe Bell and Brigitte Nielsen are drinking some scotch together, talking about things. Kristanna Loken seduces the security camera guy.
With tequila.
With tequila.
And terrible jokes.
Here's one.
She toasts...
Here's
the
to the
farce-
hole that never heals, no matter how much you lick it.
And here's to the nipple. Without one, boobs would have no point.
Titties would be bonus.
Yeah, it's cheers to parts of the female anatomy jokes.
Yeah. In slanderous and derogatory ways.
And does this dipshit just not realize that there's a big puddle of water, like, accumulating behind her chair?
So they, like, all of her tequila's on the floor.
Yeah, she just keeps tossing the tequilas on the floor instead of drinking them. You know, you probably don't have to really seduce this guy very much.
He looks like he doesn't get laid a lot.
I don't know why she just doesn't go in there and punch him in the face, and he's already knocked out. You don't even have to mess with seducing him. Just punch him in the face. You do. She does that eventually anyways. She punches him in the face.
Kicks him in the face, too.
Yeah. What's Vivica A. Fox? Oh, Vivica A. Fox is playing poker with the dudes, the bros. She's good at poker.
And this shit...
Poker face, poker face.
She's lecturing the other guys about their poker face.
Yeah, and you know, that's what fucking pisses me off about this scene. The first thing you see is she slaps down a 3. She's holding her cards, she's just, like, gripping them. And the 3 she flopped down was bent.
Yeah, crumpled
A
cards.
card bender? That's getting kicked off the table, and if you're me, you never get to touch a playing card that I own ever again.
Well, guess what? She fucked up all the cards. Did you see her shuffle?
Oh, yeah. It was bad.
She just mashed them into each other. Vivica Fox has not played a whole lot of cards in her time. But, turns out that, she's not playing for the right team anymore. She kills a couple of the guys first, their poker partners, but she doesn't kill Grigori.
Did you see the look on his face, though, when she came over the table, like, oh, fuck, this is gonna hurt?
I really wanted her to shoot him. I was like, what are you doing? You just shot those 2 guys, just shoot him.
He looked afraid.
But turns out she's flipped.
Like, he's like, stuntman! Stuntman!
Yeah. Scary big woman coming at him. Well, Zoe Bell punches out Brigitte Nielsen. It's time for action. Get the security. It's time to enact the plan.
The plan.
Take the security guy out. Now you can see what's going on. So they first bring Mei Ling, who
springs herself.
buttons made out of C4, I guess?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
So they're shaped like closed buttons. They look like closed buttons.
But they're not closed buttons.
But you just wad them up, to pull them off your clothes and wad them up, and you got a ball of C4.
That's what everybody wants to take to work with them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did you say as you start fidgeting with your buttons? Accidentally blow off a finger, have to have a half day at work.
Blow off a finger with C4. No, I don't think so, Jackie. I think the C4 blows a lot more up than that.
Well, it was just a small thing of C4.
It's boss enough to blow off a steel door.
Yeah, it doesn't
That's
take
just
a lot.
several putties of that.
I don't know, that's highly explosive.
Anyway.
Well, they also then spring the first daughter.
Yep.
And
yep.
they're on their way out, but oh no.
But wait, when they save the daughter, Zoe Bell says, Jehovah Witnesses, can we talk about Jesus Christ?
That's not a funny joke.
No.
It's not. It was stupid.
I know. It was dumb.
I tell that joke on Stinker Madness for free, and nobody likes it.
Yeah.
Anyways, so they're on their way out. Turns out Vivica Fox she stops them. There's a big shootout. I'm on the wrong side now. I was never going to go back. I'm going to get paid by this big lady. It's a big lady team up now. Zoe Bell gets shot in the shoulder during the shootout. And then Brigitte Nielsen leans over the edge and at point blank range misses Zoe Bell many times.
At least 5 shots.
For the kill shot. Leans over the side of the building and sprays lead.
Now,
But the next time we see Zoe Bell, she's just only got the initial bullet wound.
did you notice that was like somebody that was on a rooftop in Burbank?
Yeah.
Did you notice that was the hall? That was the foothills of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And there's no.
Did you think
There's
they
no
actually
way
filmed
to-
this in Kazakhstan?
No, but like maybe a building that's not in the center of town.
You can see the line for The Price is Right.
Yeah, it was somebody's house. It was I don't know. It was like, wow, that's not Kazakhstan.
Ew.
Well, it must be nice over there.
Well, they just leave Zoe Bell. Like, we've got the president's daughter again. Haha, plan's back on. But they just leave Zoe Bell's, what they think is her corpse, on top of this truck, who then just drives off to someplace. Zoe Bell gets off of it. She's okay now, but she's got to clean up the wound. So she goes into somebody's house, I guess?
Where some old lady is sewing.
And there's just booze on the counter. There's like 10 bottles of booze, and it's the only thing in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And there's an old lady sewing, so it's
Yeah.
very convenient that there's alcohol and stitches right there.
The building there's a door that opens to a room that has a table with a lady that's got 3 spools of thread.
Mm-hmm.
We assume that she's sewing.
I guess
But what we see is a room that has nothing but a table, 1 chair. In the chair is a woman. On the table is 3 spools of thread. And then there's a bar with a bunch of booze. That's all that's
it.
in this building.
That is, all that's there. Well, she pulls out the chip as well,
Yeah.
but we don't see her make the call.
No, they actually cut a scene out and use some of the audio. Because it shows her walking before, like, the Jeep comes by with some of the henchmen.
Mm-hmm.
And we hear parts of the phone conversation that she had with Cynthia Rothrock.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, well, there's nothing you can do now. You'll just have to get out of there.
Right.
And then she decides that she's going to go off the reservation and
Well, I
take
don't think
things
she
into her
does
own
actually
hands.
at that point, because the next thing that happens is she sees Lexi get tossed out of the truck.
Yep.
Lexi is dead.
And then she's like crying over the body, and she's making the cry sounds, but there's no tears.
Yeah.
Now, here's something else I was puzzled by.
Okay.
So, they didn't kill her all the way, but they put her in a body bag. But they
closed,
didn't
sealed
zip.
body bag.
The body bag was nearly zipped all the way. It
Yeah.
was like, there was about 1.5 feet of unzipped zipper on a body bag. So what are you thinking there as a henchman? Like,
Close enough?
we didn't kill her all the way, so we shouldn't close the bag all the way? Because when she dies, she'll do that for herself?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
No, it does not.
Just lazy.
Yeah.
You really pay for what you get in
Yeah,
Kazakhstan.
you do.
They don't even
Yeah.
toss her body into like a pile of the other bodies. It's just off the side of the road.
Not even far.
Yeah,
but they did
like,
mention that they
couple
did
feet.
that. That's how they played that shit. Because
They-
earlier, Brigitte Nielsen's like, we killed your sister, and we didn't even give a shit. We just threw her by the side of the river. And it was like, I guess why not?
that's by the side of the river. This is by the side of the road.
Well, they were probably doing something else, and that was just the most convenient place to
They're
toss
busy.
that body.
We got to get back in time to watch Cosby.
There was a thing that they heard about. It was
Cats on the internet.
yeah, it was, like a rock formation that looked like Bob Barker from The Price is Right. So they were going to go over there. And while on the way, they just tossed the body by the river.
This'll work. Well, Zoe Bell loses her mind. She's had enough of this place. So she beats up a whole entire town of bad guys. I guess bad guys? They're not part of the team.
Are they
They're
bad
just dudes
guys?
walking around
They're
with
just
guns.
dudes with guns.
Or are they just village folk?
Village folk, she just beats the shit out of... Well, she seriously beats up, 60 guys.
Something like that. Which it's like a tune-up game for her, or something like that.
Yeah, she Indiana Jones the one guy. Shoots him in the face before anything. She's had enough. Well, then she, there's a guy just sitting in a truck, another van. There's been many vans in this movie. She just punches him out and shoves him off to the side and then
Pours vodka all over him.
and then puts the car in gear so that it drives forward. And she gets on the back for a few feet.
Jumps off.
So
this is the
one,
dumbest shit
oh yeah,
right
this
here.
one's great because she catches a ride for 8 feet.
Uh-huh.
Now, this isn't the biggest problem. The moving van thing that she catches a ride with moves 26 feet in total.
Uh-huh.
So, it was parked a little bit away from that. She punches the guy out, dumps booze on him to make it look like he's drunk driving.
Right.
Then she gets it to roll about 26 feet, which is in the same area of plain sight as it used to be.
Right.
But this causes all sorts of commotion.
Right. Yes. Oh, there's a van outside. The guy just shoots him, too. Grigori's just like, this is not how you do it.
Blah, 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 blah,
Blows
blah.
this guy away. I just think a normal Joe delivering stuff to them and was taking a nap outside.
He was probably the Chicago Connection guy.
Yeah, poor bastard. So
Delivery guys it did not pay to be a delivery guy in this movie. Every delivery guy in this movie gets killed.
Yep.
Zoe Bell busts everybody out.
And then they go, what are we going to do now? And
Yeah.
she goes, we go PMS from hell on this place.
Yeah.
Which, to me, means that they're going to run in.
And there's
And they're gonna
period
be
blood
like-
everywhere.
No, that's
Oh.
that's icky.
Well,
That's icky.
I thought.
They're not even going to plug it up, Justin.
Yeah. Plug it up.
Plug it up.
Ah.
Don't plug it
Yeah,
up.
so
They're just
anyway,
going to run around and throw tampons at
to me,
people.
Ew! It's icky!
so yeah, they're gonna go PMS. So they're gonna run in. They're gonna open the door and they're gonna start yelling at me about why I left so many fucking socks in the bathroom. Because that's what PMS from Hell is like in my book.
So they free all the sex slaves, too. And then they
Oh, this is great.
Girl power arm 'em.
This is one of the greatest moments.
Yay, we're free!
This is one of the best things I've ever seen in a movie.
We're free! Here's some guns, girls!
Here's guns.
Go get your vengeance!
Go get vengeance.
Turn this corner! Oh no, there's Grigori with a fucking machine gun.
He just mows them all down.
Not one of them even does anything. They all just stop, and they all just get mowed down.
They just get, ripped apart by this machine gun, and then he, does this, wrestling,
Crazy
yell,
eyes.
that's how you do it. And then it shows him again, and there's just this pile of teenagers in blood. And it was like, why did you let them out?
Yeah, just
It's
run
so
for the hills,
fucking
girls!
awesome.
Do not arm them and send them back into their death.
Yeah,
So dumb.
wow.
Well, Zoe Bell gets Grigori, beats him up, and then strings him up. Or no, Kristanna Loken does. She strings him up and lets the one of the townies come in and cut his balls
The
off,
one
I guess.
that the sister got killed, and then she delivers her line that she didn't need to have. They cut things out of the movie, and this is one of them that needed to get cut out of the movie because she just Poodle, huh? And I was like, aren't you supposed to be from Kazakhstan?
Yeah, that's right.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't get the poodle, huh?
Was he referring to her pubic hair? Being all
here's
fluffy?
I didn't know. They said something. He said something about her sister.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember it being about a poodle. So is that a line that was part of something that got cut out of the movie, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that poodles have poofy, pubic-looking hair.
Yeah, I guess.
And so maybe she didn't shave and she was all jungle boogie.
Yeah, I guess he did give her the business. Anyways, Nielsen escapes to a church. She's getting chased by Zoe Bell.
Through the passages that they know how to get there, because according to
Mei Ling,
the
Russians are lazy.
All of the Russian architecture is boring and lazy, so it's obviously the same building everywhere.
Every town is exactly the same.
The secret escape tunnel leads to the church.
Yes.
Let's not go into why I would know that.
Right. Don't even bring it up.
Well, she says, "Oh, you guys don't read Cold War history or some stupid shit."
Post-Cold War Architecture Monthly. So dumb. Well, Bell's plan is to show up with one of the explosion vests, the suicide vests, and I'm gonna blow us all to hell.
Yeah.
Standoff. Mexican standoff type style, and she gets the first daughter because Brigitte Nielsen's like, "Oh, you are gonna blow us all to hell, whatever." But then they have a car chase, shootout.
Well, so I don't want to leave this scene where she uses the suicide vest to save the president's daughter, because as a negotiation, it just sucks.
Right.
She's like, "I'm going to blow everybody up." "No, you're not." "Yes, I am." "Okay, here she is." And then they leave. And I really thought that was going to be the end of the movie, and it was like...
I wanted it to explode it. Throw the switch, dude. Yeah, throw the switch, blow it all
especially because she's like, "This isn't over," and I'm like, "Sequel!"
Yeah, no, I mean, that blows all hell. Like, what Jackie's saying is that, they run off, and then, "Oh, we've been thwarted, Vivica A. Fox. We sure have, Brigitte Nielsen. I guess we'll have to wait for episode 2 to find out what happens."
Yeah.
But it didn't. No, the movie kept going.
Yeah, there's a car chase through the airplane on Jeeps.
Yep.
Kristanna Loken.
4-door Jeeps. It was like an advertisement for 4-door Jeeps.
Kristanna Loken takes a shot. 1 shot, 3 kills.
2 shots, 2...
No, she blows up the guy. She shoots the rocket launcher guy.
And the rocket launcher guy shoots it into the Jeep and it blows up.
Yeah, she shoots the guy in the arm. It was one of those, well, you better be a good shot. It was a pretty good shot, I guess. Yeah. Whatever. And he blows himself up, yeah.
That was a pretty fun part.
Yeah.
They get to the plane. Fox and Nielsen are giving chase now. Brigitte Nielsen jumps onto the plane, and Vivica A. Fox is like, "Shit! Oh, God, dead ahead! Explosion truck!"
Yeah, just drives into a fucking... And it's not a gas truck. It's not... They couldn't find any sort of truck that had a tank, not a water truck, not anything. It's a fucking stock truck.
Yeah.
It's got fence railing on this, or it's a fence, trailer fence.
But it has hazmat signs on the side of it.
They slap some magnets on there, so she runs into the side of that, and boom. It blows up, because the air in the back of that was quite explosive.
Yeah. Big explosion. Well, Nielsen's in the plane. Oh, God. She shoots Kristanna Loken and Mei Ling, who is flying the plane.
Yep.
Ladies and bitches, because that's what she said. Buckle up, ladies and bitches.
Ladies and bitches. Loken gets
Both
kicked
of you.
out of the plane. Loken gets kicked out of the plane, but she's okay.
Yep.
She hangs on.
But then they handcuff Nielsen to the ICBMs.
Taking away, I'm going to handcuff you, but you can go ahead and hold on to that pistol.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and keep that. Pistol that apparently has 638 rounds in it.
Yeah. Unlimited ammo in this movie, of course. Which they push out of the plane. She falls to her doom. Explodes all of Kazakhstan. They crash the plane. But they're all fine. And then they walk away into the sunset.
They tried to get the president's daughter to team up with them.
Yeah.
Yep,
that was an awkward moment.
Credits! Questions and answers, team. Who wants to go first?
I got one.
Okay.
Are they the new Charlie's Angels?
No, because Charlie's Angels was a group of more domestic
investigators.
Yeah, they're more private investigators type thing. They'd find they would find kidnappings, but probably not in a different country. So I say no. Got anything else?
Yes.
Okay.
Why was the hangar door on that stupid plane open the entire time?
God,
That's a good question.
That is a good
and
question.
I don't have an answer for that. Like, buckle up, ladies and bitches. I'm going to take this plane off, but I'm not going to close that door and nobody else do that either.
What was the
That's
strap?
right. Like, we'll just leave
the
the door
strap
open.
was that like
longest strap of it's a 30-foot strap.
I don't know what was any of that. Any of that was just what?
You
Weird.
can reach it from a Jeep while
Yeah.
the plane is in the air? I don't know.
And what was with the weird comic book cuts?
Oh,
I did
those
not like
sucked.
that.
Yeah.
So here's my thought on that.
Mhm.
Because if you notice, those were very, those were spaced in a very timely fashion.
Right.
I thought that if this had been made with the concerns of airing on television, that would be the commercial break.
What I thought as well. It looked like that had a whole made-for-TV feel to it, but this movie was way too violent and way too vulgar.
Well, there can be different cuts of it.
I guess.
And if they fell in love, if they paid that much for that sequence, they're going to fall in love with it and keep it in.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a black in between, so I think that if this had aired, it would have had that as its segue to in and out of commercials.
Yeah, maybe. Sam, what's your question?
Got 3.
Okay.
So, are the only people that don't think that flash cuts and, like, changing the speed in the same shot, like, 4 times,
Uh-huh.
are the only people that think that that's not completely Bush League, like, just a handful of producers?
I don't know. I think it sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah, I think it really sucks.
It detracts.
Stupid.
It never works. It's
Yeah.
a detraction from, no matter how bad you do, no matter what you think the movie is, it always doesn't work.
Right.
Question 2.
Uh-huh.
What the hell did Vivica A. Fox ever do, really?
What
Really?
did she do, really?
Like I want. Yes, she was in Independence
She killed
Day.
the poker guys. Oh, no,
No.
in this movie or in life?
In life. Like, let's just pretend that Independence Day it does not
She
exist.
had really big boobs,
That's it.
I guess.
But like, she's
Was
supposed
she
to
in
be an
Living
action
Color?
no.
queen. No.
No. She was in Independence Day.
I think she was in that one movie with.
Oh, yes, that was a good one.
Yeah, never mind. Eddie
Yeah.
Murphy.
Andy Murphy.
Andy Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
The Canadian
My
black comedian,
So-
Andy Murphy.
question my only question pertaining to the film. When Vivica A. Fox jumps on Grigori and
Pins him down.
pins him down, do you think they did it?
I think he seemed like he liked it.
Well,
He looked right
so-
at her crotch.
here's the deal. He seemed like he liked it. She just got out of the joint.
Mm-hmm.
They had to do some talking. They made a deal.
Hey,
what do you
I'm going to
do?
switch sides.
Yeah.
So you know, Grigori.
And there's, you're going to have a few minutes.
We got some time.
It seems to me like,
Yeah, I think they boned down.
all right.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm with you on that one.
Yep, I think so too.
My question, and it's a big one,
Okay.
because this is in the movie. This question is posed to us via the film. Who's the bigger bitch? Zoe Bell or Brigitte Nielsen?
Oh, Brigitte Nielsen.
Brigitte Nielsen.
Is the bigger bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sold I'm a crazy bitch like nobody's business.
Oh, yeah. She killed her own father.
I think she is the bigger bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Because she is literally the bigger bitch.
Oh, yeah.
She is the taller
She
one.
is a
Yep,
big woman.
yep.
What do you think she's weighing in at?
You know,
I don't know.
I don't
220?
think that she's fat by any
No,
means.
she's not
She's
fat.
not
She's
fat.
a big,
She's
She
big.
is
strong woman.
she's
She's
a
tall.
Brunhilde.
Yeah, she's a Broomhilda. That's a good way of saying it. Yes.
I mean, she's got the strength. She could kick your ass
Oh,
like
yeah.
any day of the
both
week and twice on
Brigitte Nielsen
Sunday.
and Jane Lynch at this stage in their lives could beat me and Sam up at the same time.
Yeah, probably.
Absolutely.
Individually. Like,
No,
one of
we
them...
team up?
No, that's what
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
saying, that
yeah.
they, individually, one or the other, could beat both of us up.
They could be beating you guys up at the same time.
Yes.
No,
exactly.
or they could be like, you know what? Jane Lynch is like, I'll, like, warm them up for you.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go
And
get
then
some tea.
I'll give them 2 weeks to heal up and train for fighting, and then I'll let you have them. And individually, on our best days, they could beat 2 of us up at once.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's my question. My second question is recommendations. Do you guys recommend this movie?
Yes.
Jackie gives it a go. Why do you give it a go, Jackie?
I just thought it was ridiculous, and I really liked Brigitte Nielsen in it. I liked the kind of corniness of it. I liked how they did unexpected things, and some of the shit that they said in this movie was so funny. Like, you're a smuggler, so is Han Solo, and the boob jokes and just some of the weird things that they said. Like, what was that one?
Shitholeistan.
Shitholeistan.
When the Asian lady's getting ready to fly a plane, like an Asian chick that gives happy endings, I like them big. There's just weird shit like that they say during the movie that I just thought was really entertaining.
There are some good quotes, yeah. Sam?
Yes, but I'm only like 65%. I thought that the things that sold me were... Early on, I was having a trouble. Cynthia Rothrock beats the hell out of Vivica A. Fox. I'm back on. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to get off. Gregory dusts the sex slaves. I'm back on.
Yeah.
That was the one that got me to like, all right, fine, I'm back on.
Yeah, that was a very exciting part for me too.
I personally am going to give it a no. Don't do it.
What?
With caveats, this is by far the best asylum movie that has ever been made.
Yeah.
Period. But it's just kind of meh. I can't put this into the same type of class of movie as Megaforce or Beastmaster or The Man from Hong Kong. It's just not.
Well, it's obviously not a Hall of Fame, but I think...
No, again, those are Hall of Fames.
For me, Megaforce is a Hall of Fame.
For
anyway,
me, it's not even honorable mention. I mean, not Megaforce. This movie, I just can't say yes. You should watch this movie. I think there's other things to do with your
That's
time.
where I'm saying 65%, though. But I'm saying yes for the very reason. There's a number of things that I like about it. Having the people show back up and just seeing how bad some of them look, and also. If you're into bad movies, just the idea that this is Chris Olen Ray, this is getting the next generation of Olen Ray, just seeing where he's at now and knowing that there's going to be probably a lot more of him in the future.
I think it's a fine Netflix do, but it's not... Don't rush out and go see this. Don't buy this movie.
Don't tell your friends about it, and then I'll have a Saturday evening based around this film.
Yeah, that's my thoughts. But Jackie likes it.
I liked it a lot. That was ridiculous.
There you go. That's Jackie's pick for the week. My pick is next week. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Maybe Catwoman. Might be some YouTube business. We'll see. But in the meantime, literally and figuratively, get to the chopper. We'll see you next time.
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.